I thought it was worth, before this whole COVID-19 lockdown ends, it could be a good time to actually sit down, get a pen and paper or whatever, or even just do a bit of a mental assessment of what you've been doing during this time, like what has saved you money, or what has made you happy even, and what you want to continue doing. Financially, it's been hard on most people. It certainly has been on us. But there's been a lot of good stuff come out of it. Right, what am I doing that's different? I know this idea actually sprung into my head for a video because I was washing my hair and I thought, I've been stretching this bottle of shampoo out to last for ages. Some people don't even wash their hair. I know, before you say go shampoo free, no, sorry, I'm not into that. But I have realised that I've been using about a third of the amount of shampoo per wash that I normally use. And I'm gonna carry on doing that because it's been fine. Now that's just a little minor thing, you know, I don't buy expensive shampoo and conditioner anyway. But it's a little minor thing, and I thought, I wonder what other people are doing, changing, tweaking that. And I did a bit of a Q&A on the lovely people on my Facebook page. A lot of you guys answered, and so I'll read out some of those at the end. You know, just see if we can inspire people a bit, just to carry on doing what we're doing in a lot of ways. One thing that's astounded me is the thing about takeaways. How often do people get takeaways? You know, I assume people might get takeaways once a week, maybe consider making it once a fortnight or something like that. But it's worth writing down how much money you could save if you do carry on with some of the changes, even if a few dollars just on a week by week basis. Just see how much that would save you over the course of a year and decide if it's worth actually making an effort and carrying on some of that stuff. Some great stuff's come out of it. A lot more people have been spending a lot more time with their families, a lot more time going for walks and bike rides and that sort of thing. I've loved having this extra family time. I mean, for me it's been a bit like, you know, the extended Christmas holiday, except we just can't go anywhere. But it also meant we got a heap of stuff done on the land. You might have seen our wheat planting video. We finally got around to planting a big field full of wheat, which we'd sort of been threatening to ourselves we were going to do for a while, and well, this kind of gave us the perfect chance to do that. But I'll read out some of the stuff that some of the people from my Facebook group and a few other YouTubers as well have actually told me that they've been doing, so I'll give their channels a wee shout out as well. I'm just going to put a quick disclaimer. Me pronouncing people's names, don't even go there. I'm a shocker. I am a shocker. In fact, if I get one of these names correct, I'll be over the moon. So bear with. So, Karen I'm tripping over at the first hurdle. Karen Malisk. Basically she's been making dinner from what's already in the pantry, using things up. That's something I've actually sort of taught myself to do, because I used to be a shocking hoarder when it came to food. I didn't know what was in my pantry. But yeah, just make dinner from what is in the pantry, reducing the shops, making the most of what you've actually got. So that's a great thing, Karen. I think a lot of people have been doing that. Yeah, you'll actually be amazed if you look in your pantry and you sort of think, right, how many dinners are actually here already, or even just partial dinners. And yeah, just if you're gonna buy stuff, buy it based around what you've already got in there. Tony Hine, she learned to preserve fruit. Yay! And she's gonna continue doing that. So yay, Tony, that's an awesome thing to do. We're still going on the big things because we went foraging for blackberries over summer. They're sort of just out of season now, but we've still got a couple of big containers and we're sort of slowly just, you know, sprinkling them on cereal or having them on the side with a bit of yogurt or something. So that's great if you can, you know, preserving, freezing, jamming, any of that kind of stuff, you know, make the most of it while it's in abundance and you got stores for winter. Janine Mattock has said she's been doing one big shop instead of lots of little top-ups. Yep, again, I hear ya. The top-ups can be absolutely detrimental. Instead of doing a top-up sort of thing, well, okay, instead of what I fancy for dinner, what can I actually make with what's already there? And it generally works out pretty good that way. Kim Idione, probably did that one wrong, been taking lunch to work. Now, that may not seem like rocket science, but it is actually a hard habit to get out of routinely going and buying something. Now, the reason she's been doing this is because she's an essential worker. Big ups to you, Kim, awesome stuff. So she's been working through, but of course none of the cafes have been open. So, so she's had her hand forced. Carry on with that, Kim. Just again, get your calculator out, figure out how much, that's actually gonna save. Or even if you just pledge to do it 2 out of 3 days, or something like that. Sandra Taylor told me that she's been stretching meals out using veggies and lentils like meat dishes. Just as an example, she gave me a leg of lamb. She's been stretching it over 3 nights. So the first night she'll do roast lamb. Next night she'll make it into Moroccan lamb with rice. Sounds pretty good. I'll be there that night, just quietly. The next night, use the bone and make a lamb and veggie soup. We were very kindly given a couple of boxes of veggies from our church, who normally take it to food banks, but they just weren't allowed to travel out of area. And we've made big batches of pumpkin soup and veggie soup and stuff, and bunged it in our big freezer. And so we've got a freezer full of soup for winter. Yay! Rachel Collings, she's been doing something I love doing, that's foraging. She's had time to do it. So that she's apparently, it sounds like Rachel, you've been a lot more successful than me at this. She has scored walnuts, apples, macadamias, lemons, oranges and feijoas. Awesome! Walnuts, I love walnuts, yum! And macadamias, and she's been doing a lot more cooking from scratch and preserving. She's tried a lot of new recipes based around what she's got. And it sounds like she's absolutely loved the experience. Linda Gosling, hi Linda. She pointed out we're probably using a lot more power. You're not wrong. You are not wrong with all this extra baking and stuff, and of course having everyone at home all the time. Yep, we're probably using a lot more power. I'd be interested to know the cost offset, actually, doing your own baking and what because I take ingredients into account, but not so much the power you generate by cooking. And I do not have a mathematical mind, so I'm not gonna. Sorry.
I'm able to maths if you aren't.
Olivia's just put her hand up in the background. Apparently she has a mathematical mind. Okay, you work out the power and ingredient ratio, Olivia. Let me know when you've done it. Nicolette Molnar, she's been making her own bread, pizza, etc, etc. Plus, with more time, she's been doing a lot more gardening and planting, and she's going to have a winter crop of veggies this year. Woohoo! You're doing better than me. Seriously, every year I try and get winter veggies, and I don't know what happens. I fail. I do alright over summer and spring and, even a bit over autumn, but winter? Nah. I'm growing radishes at the moment, and I think everything else I'm trying to grow is just failing on me, so. Mackenzie Thompson has said she's saved money because she's actually had time to plan her grocery shop. Been using leftovers a lot more for lunches and that sort of thing. And Mackenzie has a YouTube channel, by the way, called The Thompson 5. It's a family channel, so go. I'll chuck a link to them down below. Kelly Sagher, again, your name, I probably got that wrong. She actually didn't realise how much she ate out. And she saved a ton of money by just not. So, I'd be interested to know if you carry on with that, Kelly, or if you slip back that slippery slope. I wouldn't blame you, actually, if you're in the habit of eating out and suddenly it's taken away and then it's brought back, it'd be like, yay! She's got a YouTube channel as well called Maysam Adventures, so check her out. Helen Grace, who also she's got a pregnancy and motherhood channel. She's done a lot more home cooking and baking. She's been freezing her leftovers for using at a later date, which she's going to continue doing. Good stuff. And also she's been making lists of what they need, which is a biggie. I'm a list maker. And checking online for the best prices. So, if she has to buy something, if she's going to buy it, actually do a bit of shopping around. And that is really worth doing. On a normal day, that's what we normally do anyway, rather than just going to the shops or assuming that the Warehouse or Kmart or wherever is going to be the best price. We actually do quite a big check online and just you know, make sure. Sana Plesius, I hope I pronounced that right, has been using excess sourdough starter for everything. That sounds awesome. I'm rubbish with that. I've tried so hard to make my own yeast type starter thing. I keep killing it. One day I'll get there. And when I do manage to make my own yeast starter, it's going to be something really easy, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. So, you know, stay tuned. I'll get there. But she's been using it for everything. She's been making scones, biscuits, pizzas, cakes, crackers, bread. Apparently going back to work is going to really interfere with her baking. Yeah, that's gotta suck. Rhiannon Jones. She's got a YouTube channel called Annie Does Art, an art and drawing channel. She always used to drive to work, but in order to save money, she started walking to work, and it saved petrol, and so she's gonna try and carry on doing that. So, you know, bit of fitness as well, yay. So, I mean, that was actually really neat to get all that feedback. If I didn't include you, leave something in the comments down below. You know, let me know what you do, and if you're going to continue doing it, or if you're not going to continue doing it, fess up, that's fine. I won't judge. One of the things one of my girls did for school was she had to write down 10 things that she really liked about this whole isolation. And what were the things you wrote down, Olivia? So she's just bringing her, we very kindly got one of school's iPads sent to us so she could carry on with some of her work. You read it out then.
Spending time with my family and chickens. 2. Making vegetable soup with Sam. 3. Playing with my cat. 4. Going for long walks and bikes with my family. 5. Climbing the hedge at my house. 6. Lighting the fire in the fireplace. 7. Running in the field at my house. 8. Harvesting feijoas. 9. Going mushroom hunting in the field. 10. Hiding under my bed with Sam.
Who are you hiding from?
Aston.
Go on, you. Good job. There you go. It's the simple things. I mean, yeah, I'm going to look back fondly on this time, really, even though it's, you know, it's been hard, it's been stressful, but it's been fun. I've kind of enjoyed it. So, have fun out there, guys. Make the most of, you know, the bit of isolation that we've got left, because I don't think we should be in too much of a rush to get back to normality, whatever normality is. By the way, start using your to-go cups instead of getting paper throwaway cups, because think how many of those have been saved while we've been in lockdown. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave your comment down below, and we'll catch you next time.